So welcome everyone to this webinar on Mission Life, Say No to Single-Use Plastics, organized by Puducherry Climate Change Cell in the Department of Science, Technology and Environment, Government of Puducherry. Today's webinar is a part of our series of webinars organized by Puducherry Climate Change Cell as our objective of raising awareness on climate change, Mission Life and other environmental protection practices. So this webinar, the speaker for today's webinar is Dr. N. Ramesh. I'll introduce today's speaker to the participants. Dr. N. Ramesh is the member secretary of Puducherry Pollution Control Committee. His area of specialization includes environment impact assessment, conservation management, solid waste management, plastic pollution abatement, and several other areas. He has published over 10 research papers in various journals, presented over 5 national and international seminars, and he has also published 2 books. He has worked in projects like Master Plan for Neyveli area in collaboration with Laubach Consulting Germany, and Environmental Impact Assessment and Sustainability Studies in Manali Industries Complex, Tamil Nadu, with Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board. He has attended the International Conference on Best Eco Practice held in Singapore and International Training Course on Comprehensive Waste Training Techniques in Japan. He was awarded with Environmentalist of the Year Award in 2005 by the National Environmental Science Academy, New Delhi. He was also awarded with Achievement Award for the year 2007 by the Energy Society of India and Indira Gandhi Pragya Vagni Puraskar Award in the year 2010 by the Government of India. He has also received several other awards, and it is worth mentioning that he is also the founder of Evergreen Association, and he has committed himself in works such as government in water body conservation and protection programs. So with this, I welcome you, sir. It's a pleasure in having you as a speaker for today's webinar. Over to you, sir. You may start your session now.
Sir, good afternoon to all of you. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I am sharing a presentation with you. Yeah, able to see this presentation?
Yes, sir. If you can switch to full screen mode.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Good to go, sir. Please.
See, actually, plastic general concept earlier, they were all thinking that plastic was a boon to the society. Actually, it help in many ways. Of course, it has a lot of merits. Durability is very lengthy, low cost, easy to carry. It is water proof like that. It has a lot of advantages. Actually, even when we start our early morning activity, brushing, when started to brushing, and when it goes up to the bed by switching off your light or switch on the fan, all the materials connected to plastic. So here we are not insisting any total ban on plastic. There is something misconceived by many industry people. Our goal is only to eliminate, phase out the single-use plastic. What is meant by single-use plastic? It is very well-known definition itself in the sentence. That is, any plastic item can be used only one time. Best examples are carry bag, disposal cup, thermocol plates, so on and so forth. This material can be used only one time. You cannot use second time. That is the single-use plastic. Almost there are more than 30 types of single-use plastics are available in the market or manufacturing and all. But we are not emphasizing, aiming to phase out all single-use plastic. Of course, many single-use plastics are used in the medical setup, and some industries also using it as a packaging material. And a lot of I see that MLP, that is in the cookery, and all those things also say plastic material only. It is called a multi-layer plastic. We are not insisting ban on total plastic. Our aim is to phase out only the single-use plastic. Our Honorable Prime Minister of India is wished to phase out by 2022 itself. Almost nearly 1 year has gone. It is surprised to inform you that government of Pondicherry had imposed a ban on three type of single-use plastic in the year 2009 itself. Almost 15 years back, the first UT in India and the seventh state, seventh identity in India imposed a ban on these three material. That is the carry bag, disposal cup, and plates. So then, go- government of Puducherry imposed a ban on another eight material. So these are the first three material banned by government of Puducherry in the 2009 itself. Subsequently, we have banned another 10 type of material. So if you see the first three material, these almost form around 60% of the total single use plastic, the commodity totally being used. So apart from that, understanding other ill effect of other single-use plastic, we have banned 10 type of single-use plastic, which include even the flag. If you see that any festival time or political meeting, election and all, they earlier used to have these plastic flags, then that is also banned item. Then plastic straw, that you can see the tender coconut people generally use it, and hotels and all they use this straw. That also is banned. That water pouches, that is one of the very commonly cited single-use plastic item. It also causes ill effect on the environment. Then dining table, you can see that lot of spreading on the dining table. The Kalyana Mandapam and all, if you go, they will spread on a thin plastic sheet. Then, if you see the hotels, small vendors, street vendors, they used to pack that sambar cover and all. These material also banned. Then styrofoam is one of the very threatening, particularly the marine ecosystem. The beaches and all, the Pani Puri and all, they used to sell this type of single uh, thermocol stay for. They called styrofoam material. So totally 10 material was were banned by the government of Puducherry in the year 2019. Apart from that, government of Pondicherry has banned another 14 material in addition to which government of Pondicherry had already banned. These material are very, it is not generally used to a very large extent. Nevertheless, it also has impact on the environment. So this type of the material. So actually, this is a one important point. Just I would like to emphasize here. This packaging material. Many people used to ask in the our seminar or training program whether the grocery packings are banned. And you go to the supermarket, malls and all, you could find that a grocery item like rice and other material is being packed in a plastic cover, whether it is banned or not. This is the common questions asked by many people. In fact, it is not banned item, provided the thickness of the packaging material should not be less than 50 microns. So any packaging material, if more than 50 microns, it is allowed. But one thing is, I want to make very clear that the carry bag, irrespective of its thickness, even it 100 microns, it is not allowed. So, what is the special thing about this plastic? Why we should? First, the question is when the plastic is having a lot of positive aspect, very easy to carry, economically cheaper, hygienic, and waterproof. Why should then be banned? We see the waste, plastic waste generation. In India, it is something around 25,000 ton per day. The total plastic waste is generated. Whereas in Puducherry, it is 30 ton per day. If you see the comparative statement of this picture, you will be surprised. Central Pollution Control Board in the year 2020, 2012 had conducted one in-depth survey throughout around 300 cities in India. They have identified that around some 12 cities are generating more than 10% of plastic waste in their solid waste. For example, if you take the 100 kg of solid waste generated, the 12 ton kg, 10 ton. If under ton is generally most of the cities are generating 100 to 200 ton, in which more than 10 percentage means more than 10 tons. Like that, they compared all the statistics and identified that Puducherry is almost something, it comes under the sixth, one of the sixth largest plastic waste producing state. Overall, in India scenario, it is only 6.92 percentage of the total municipal solid waste consists plastic waste. Whereas in Puducherry, it is reported as 10.46 percent of solid waste consisting plastic waste. Even once, another thing, all India average, most of the cities are generating 4,000 ton per day plastic waste, whereas Pondicherry generate 25 ton. So you can understand the magnitudes of plastic waste generated in Pondicherry. In other hand, the maximum usage of single-use plastic in Puducherry. Okay. When I say that single-use plastic shouldn't be used, so you can ask that then what are the alternatives? There are a lot of alternatives available because we are in the democratic nation. We can't totally ban any material unless you identify, unless you facilitate some alternative material to the single-use plastic. So these are the readily available material in the market economically, easily. Instead of carry bag, you can use non-woven bags. Strictly speaking, it is also banned material because it also contained plastic particles. But when you ban totally all the material without giving any alternative, so it is very difficult to phase out enormous damage causing carry bag like that. So we now allowed non-woven polypropylene bag and a paper cup instead of. I mean, water. I want to say the water bottle currently is not banned in Puducherry. Some of the state has banned water bottles of lesser than 300 ml. It is also in the consideration of the government, but currently we are not, government of Puducherry do not ban this water bottle. Then the plastic sheet used for industrial packing. You can see that a lot of the Amazon and all they are coming with the pack material. Only thing is that it shouldn't be lesser than 50 microns. But packing material is allowed. All the milk sachets and the grocery packing, all those things are allowed material. Then nursery bag, which are used to develop nursery. Then compostable bag. These material are allowed. So though we have uh, enforced, we have brought out the notification in the year 2009, 2019, then 2022, but still the phasing out is not visible in Puducherry. That is, we agree for that. The reasons are, we can't say unawareness of public about the ill effect of the single-use plastic, even though we have facilitated a lot of alternative stalls for in place of single-use plastic, but still its existence is, but it is controlled, but not that much appreciable level. So actually, these are the seven department have been notified as a implementing authority to enforce the government ban order on the single-use plastic. So if you see this picture, you will think that it is something, some part of other part of India. It is not that. It is the picture taken in the Puducherry. This picture was taken at the Karudikuppam dump site. Earlier, now we are having our dump site in Kurmapet. Before the year 2012, the solid waste collected from the markets are dumped in the Karudikuppam dump yard. So you can see that how it is mess up with other materials. So other things, whenever you have any flood or something, immediately the whole Pondicherry is in choked with the flood. Because earlier when I was the school, age, whenever the rainfall, even heavy rainfall take place, within half an hour, the whole cities became dry. No any waterlogging was noticed that time. But now, even for 1 hour rain, the Pondicherry city is not withholding it. Lot of flooding, we're unable to move here and all. The main causes for that is this single-use plastic. After we use it and throw in somewhere roadside, it reaches the drain and it chokes the drain, and so that the flooding is taking place. Some part it is being burnt along with the municipal solid waste. So this plastic waste, when it burned less than 800 degree, some of the plastic waste, particularly the PVC and all, contain a lot of toxic gases like furan, dioxin, and other heavy metals also. When it reaches us, actually, even it is something 10 kilometer away, it is being burnt. We also get affected by inhaling this toxic pollutant. The sea is the final dustbin for everything. So whatever things, so the single-use plastic, one of the characteristic of the single-use plastic is it is very thin, easily carried by wind, finally reaches the water canals and water bodies. Then its final destination is sea. So it gets accumulated in the sea, which affect lot of marine organism. Actually, if you see that the carry bag, the right side is the this is the carry bag. This left side, which I am pointing, is the sea lily. That is Arulia. The zoology student might have studied it. This species is called Arulia. This is the carry bag, which after we used, we thrown in the street. Finally, it reaches the sea. It looked like a Arulia. So this is a very tasty food for turtles. So when it sees the carry bag floating in the seawater, it perceived mistakenly that it is a arulia, that is sea lily. Immediately it start to eat it. Finally, it life end with that eating the plastic, because you know very well that plastic takes more than 600 years to decompose. When it goes to the stomach, even the HCl, whatever the acid which is being segregated, uh, it doesn't get degraded. Finally, it resulted into the death of the sea animals. So there are, I mean, this is the statement of United Nations. It is not my statement. They are telling that in the year 2050, the number of plastic articles floating in the sea would be more than the number of available fish in the sea. So we cannot, even though it look a very excited, optimistic statement, but the statement is from United Nations Environment. So we should not take it easy. So these are the, even it goes to the wild, and many organisms get affected. Finally, this is called a styrofoam. Generally, most of the packed material, food items are coming in this styrofoam packing material only. Even now we can see that Bani Puri and all being sold by the styrofoam. These materials are very toxic, and even it affects the neurological system, reproductive system, respiratory system while it is burnt it. So when we consume the material in the hot medium, it finally interact the styrofoam, the toxic chemicals contained in the styrofoam cup and the glasses, plates. It react with the food material. When we consume it, it goes to our system and affect various vital organisms. So actually, this is the photograph when I had been to Japan. I took a snap. So I was very wondering, why can't we convert our bus stand also like that? This is only people's behavioral change. Even though government imposed many order many notifications and notify implementing officer and even our department along with commissioners and labor inspectors, station HO. When we inspect many places and seal many industries and seize lot of single-use plastic material from the shops, and still we are unable to face it out. But in Japan, actually, it is totally eradicated. So it makes the entire systems clean. So actually, this is my small presentation. Actually, I want to have, because this is not much. Single-use plastic is not a very technical, scientifically supporting data and all required to understand the issue. It is very simple only. It causes a lot of damages to environment. Everyone knows that. It is carried by wind. It takes 600 years to get degrade. During that lifespan, some of the materials being burnt, it causes toxic, it release toxic gases, which include furon and dioxin also. And government of, not only government of Puducherry, the government of India has imposed a ban on to all this material. These are my shortest presentation. I think you would have some idea about that. I expect a lot of questions from you. So now the session is question session. So you can ask any question related to single-use plastic.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your elaborate presentation on the effects of single-use plastic. I will request our participants to have, if you have any doubts, you can clarify it with our speaker today. Um,
Close பண்ணு. Escape பண்ணிடலாமா?
I see participants from different backgrounds. Students are there, officials are there. So, would like to have any questions with sir? We'll have some 2 minutes. Okay. I hope there's no more questions. So I now request Ms. Santalakshmi to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to everyone. Sorry. Good afternoon to everyone. I thank our speaker, Dr. N. Ramesh, Member Secretary PPCC, for sharing his expertise and knowledge on the ill effects of single-use plastics and its impact to human health and other ecosystems, and also for elaborating on the ban on single-use plastic by Government of Puducherry. Thank you, sir. I also thank our director DST for his continuous support and encouragement in organizing such webinars. Finally, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants for joining in the webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. I take this opportunity to thank Puducherry Climate Cell for giving me this opportunity to share some of my experience in this field to the participant. Thank you very much. Let us take some pledge within ourselves not to use the single-use plastic, because it is not only affecting the environment but also our health. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.